Quickly, 49ers get in a late substitute. Anderson puts the man in motion. Again gets to Johnson, and he gets down close. Looks like he's about a half yard short. Ball inside the one. Johnson again. Yep. This time he is hit by Jack Reynolds and knocked backwards, if you can believe that. 11th play in this drive coming up. Anderson will look and throw. Alexander does not get in. They give the shot there, I don't know. The 49ers don't think he made it. Who's on the bottom of that pile? Jack Reynolds again. Number 64. That's a team effort for San Francisco's defense.
Frank Patterson's way to the goal line. He goes in for a 49er touchdown. And the 49ers are leaving the Miami Dolphins far to the rear now.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
Hey, this is complete domination. The 49er offense has beaten the Denver Bronco defense every way it...
From the 44, they fake it to Floyd. Young to the air, Young to Jerry Rice. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Well, that's quite a statement their defense made to handle the middle of the football field. And Frank, I have dumbfounded as to what they're doing.
Good move to the outside on Carrington.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary day. So we're gonna go ahead to the team today for y'all because we guessed wrong. Camp was gonna be, so we gotta do our that we do every year before the week before training camp starts. So we're gonna go ahead and just break down the rest of the roster, all the defense for y'all right now. Okay, there we go. Just organizing the stuff into the proper categories on the team website. But a shout out to the BK, Bronx in the house, or Brooklyn in the house. Why did I say BK? That's the Bronx. I know BK is Brooklyn. Yeah, my bad. What's up, Brooklyn? So apparently Brooklyn's a huge soccer spot too. So I'm gonna be going out to New York to watch a United game one day. That'd be dope. Anyway, and there's apparently a New York that I forget what it's called. I forget what it's called. But I hella want to go to it because apparently it's like started off as a Giants bar, but it's the Niners and Giants and Warriors. And well, I'm not a Warriors fan though, but it's all Bay Area sports teams bar in New York. I'm actually really kind of curious on if they actually show Shark games there too, because the Sharks are one of the teams that some people consider them. We're the step kid of the Bay Area. People want to claim us when we're popping, but don't want to claim us now when we're not popping as much. But I actually got to watch highlights of our new players that we drafted. I know we drafted a centerman that people seem pretty excited about, so I'm curious to see what's happening with the red and gold, or the teal and black. Anyway, we're going to talk about the red and gold right now. So, did Instagram freeze? I wonder what happens if I reset it, refresh it. Hopefully Instagram didn't just freeze. Anyway, all right, so we're going to go ahead and get that for y'all. Before we do all that, of course, we got to pay the bills. So we'll be right back. Founded and backed by the GOAT himself, Gold Fuel is a great tasting energy drink without the crash. Use our affiliate link below to save 10% on all GOAT Fuel energy drinks. Help out the show and save 10% at the official Niner online store by using our affiliate link in the description below. Go to seatgiant.ca to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. The website again, seatgiant.ca, promo code Niner Faithful Radio. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on X. All right, ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show crack-a-lacking.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
You're tuned into Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful.
All right, so we're back, cracking like a booty sacking. All right, I don't know if we touched on this last week. I can't remember if we touched on Demo's arrest, but for those who aren't aware, Demo was arrested
last week, Demo was arrested for resisting a peace officer. His boy apparently had a gun in his car. They were double parked, blocking traffic. So the cops, I guess, showed up to tell him to move. Apparently, I guess, or somehow the cops realized there was a gun in his boy's car. His boy tossed Demo the keys. The cops asked Demo to give them the keys. He refused, and he was arrested for resisting resisting a peace officer. So he'll have court next month. I believe it's next month. So we'll figure all that. What's cracking, Tommy? Fairies. What's up, Mr. Fairy? So, hey, bro. I was watching a video of you doing like shredding on the guitar a little bit, bro. If you're ever out here in San Jose doing a show, bro, let me know. I'll buy tickets and I'll come see your show and everything. I'm curious to see, if you're ever in the San Jose area, and I'll come out and I'll see your show and we'll drink a beer together, smoke a bowl, smoke a blunt or something. Anyway, so let me know what's up. But anyway, so that is what's going on with Demo. I believe we have all of our rookies signed in 2 weeks from today. Hey, y'all, listen. Hold on. Linda, listen. Linda. We're 2 weeks away from Niner football, y'all. I just realized that. Hold on. We're fucking 2 weeks away from seeing our boys at training camp. Let's fucking go. July 10th, playing in Oakland. It's free. Shoot me the info on Facebook, bro, and I might slide out to the town and come see you, brother. Smoke a bowl or something like that. Let me know all the details, where we can get tickets and everything like that. And I'll see if I can slide out. Maybe I'll bring my cousin or something like that. We'll slide out to Oakland. I don't know. The town and me kind of don't get along, but I'll see if I can slide out to Oakland the 10th. So a week from Thursday. I'll see what's up if I don't work, bro. Shoot me the info on Facebook, and I'll see what I can do about it, about sliding out there. I'm down. Go see Tommy in concert. What's cracking? Let's do it. Support your local artist, baby. So, all right. Well, we'll drink a beer, bro. Oh, it's free. Oh, so it's like a show up and like a music in the park type of situation or something. All right, cool. Shoot me where it's at and everything like that, bro. And yeah, I'll see if I can slide out, bro. I'm down if I'm not working or something like that, and I could convince somebody to take me to Oakland, or maybe I'll hop on BART. Yeah, but let me know where it's at, bro, and I'll definitely see if I can slide out there. Let's go. What's up, Papa J? Good to see you, brother. Hope everything is doing well with y'all. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this roster breakdown. We're gonna go ahead and start with the corner. This might go a little bit out of order, alphabetical order on the team website, or at least I put it in alphabetical order of position. So we're gonna start with Trey Avery. Papa J said, I smoke weed. I know, bro. We smoked I'm pretty sure we smoked the blunt at the tailgate together, haven't we? I'm like 99% sure we've smoked the blunt at the tailgate, Papa J. I'm pretty sure. So Trey Avery, 4-year cornerback out of Rutgers. Not necessarily somebody I'm looking at. The one I'm really interested in is Trey Brown. We brought him in here, and look, we pretty much know our starters. I mean, on paper, look, Demo is penned in as our starter. I'm curious to see what happens at Nickelback. They said that it didn't seem like Demo was training a lot at Nickelback in the offseason program, apparently. He seemed happy about that. But it was Upton a lot of the time that was starting. But are we really about to start a rookie Nickelback? I mean, all right, cool. I guess we have. I could have swore you slid through the tailgate. I'm sorry. My bad, brother. My bad. I'm tripping today. I'm thinking I've met people that I haven't met, and oh man, I'm tripping today. Well, slide through the tailgate this year, bro. Let me know. Come out to a Niner game. Slide through the tailgate in Greenlawn, bro, and we'll smoke a blunt together. Let me know what's up, bro. I'm a season ticket holder, so y'all know I'm gonna be at every game. He said I smoke weed. That still cracked me up. So he's somebody that because we know Demo is penned in as our starter. Um, Upton might be our rookie cornerback, might be nickelback. Who is the opposite of Demo at corner? I know we all just have Renardo Green stepping right in and basically taking Charvarius Ward's spot. And I'm fine with that. I'm okay with what I saw with Renardo Green. That Shecock game really impressed me in Seattle. But we've been here before with rookies, right? I mean, all of us have been Niner fans for years. Do we all not remember how hyped we all were about Adrian Colbert? I thought the Niners were going to not re-sign Jimmy Ward because I believe he was a free agent before 19. Because I believe Kyle had to sign him to 2 deals. I thought we were not going to re-sign Jimmy Ward because we had Adrian Colbert. That last Yams game in 2017, oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. I want to buy some property in Humboldt so bad, bro, and just start a grow out there so bad. I'm actually kind of trying to look into land up in NorCal or SoCal, but up in northern Cali to buy some property to start a grow and possibly live out there, or at least have it be like a honeycomb hideout. But yeah, I'm hella down, bro. I'm fucking so down to smoke some Humboldt County weed. You know what, Papa J? You come out to the tailgate and we're smoking a blunt. Remind me to tell you about my story of getting some weed when we went out to Casper Beach in Mendocino County, between Mendocino and Fort Bragg. Remind me to tell you that story, bro. It's a crazy story about being up in the Emerald Triangle. Derek Kerrigan or Canteen. Not really looking at him. Dallas Flowers, maybe. Now, this is the one that everybody wants to talk about. Renardo Green. Is he going? What's up, Crazy Juice? Good to see you, brother. I have faith in Renardo Green. I'm a little nervous just because, he showed some flashes his rookie year, no doubt. But, he hasn't been in the league long enough to show that consistency that, makes me just believe that he's penned in as our starter for the next 5 to 10 years. And, we ain't got to worry about the 2 cornerback spots until Demo contract comes up, or Renardo Green's in new. Okay. Yeah, we were at Casper Beach. Me and my boy went and we're camping at Casper Beach. And we went over to Glass Beach too. And that area is so beautiful. So beautiful, bro. It's a different world out there, bro. I loved it. So lucky to grow up there. But I am definitely excited about Renardo Green. He's somebody that I'm going to keep my eye on in the. He said, "What up, crazy?" Yeah. So somebody I'm definitely going to keep my eye on. We have officially not gotten the dates for camp yet. As soon as they release my training camp, or as soon as they give me the email to season ticket holders on when we can get our tickets before everybody else and everything, I'll definitely know what is cracking as far as dates. I'm going to go to training camp. I am going to be there every Tuesday for training camp, or at least try to be. We'll see if I can get the tickets. but I'm going to try to be there every day they let us on a Tuesday, and I will be there Dwight Clark Day. Dwight Clark Day is the first tickets I'm going to buy. So I will be out there Dwight Clark Day honoring number 87. So stop by if y'all at training camp, stop by and say what's up. I'll be there. We'll hash out the days, but I will definitely be at training camp this year. I'm not going to do it every day or try to do it every day like I normally do. Just because I got to work some this year. I can't just simply take off the 2 weeks of training camp. I've got to work. I got to make some money. But, yeah. Price to green because of the competitiveness, the 49ers defense. I heard that a sophomore slump. But, yeah, I mean, that's another fair point, Papa J. It's one of those things. They talk about the sophomore slump or the best year, most improvement a player makes is from year 1 to year 2. No, I agree with you. I hope he didn't slack off. I don't think he will, because I think the message overall, that's true. You know what? Hey, that's legit. That's legit, Papa J. I don't remember a sophomore having a slump on the defense. You're right. And I think that Kyle has made it very clear to the team. I mean, look, Trent Williams showed up to OTAs. Think about that. Trent Williams, who, let's be real, doesn't show up until the first day of training camp usually. And really, how much does he even really practice in training camp? Trent Williams is all that Trent Williams workout plan or training camp plan, which is basically like, Jair Brown. Okay, yeah. Jair Brown. We'll get to him. We'll get to Jair. But so Kyle has told everybody jobs are up in the air, especially on the defense. Unless you're number 54 or number 97 or number 2, your job's not safe on this defense. Like, who's our starting free and our starting free safety and our starting strong safety? On paper, Jair Brown is our starting strong safety, maybe our starting free safety. Sure, Mustafa probably, if he's healthy, would be, but we all know he's not going to be healthy for the starter camp. Might not even be ready for the beginning of the year. Hopefully it is. I really would love if Malik Mustafa was ready for the year. And we got that young, fresh, hungry secondary of Jair Brown, who I think is going to have a bounce back year. Malik Mustafa, who y'all know. I mean, hold on. Y'all already know how I feel about.
Do it again.
How I feel about Mustafa.
Do it again.
Anyway, so I like Renardo Green, definitely gonna make the team. Chase Lucas, I was not that impressed with last year. How much did he really play? He just played special teams, right? So I really wasn't impressed with Chase Lucas last year. Darrell Luter Jr. The Niners love him more than we love him. I know us faithful are like, we're good off of Darrell Luter Jr. The team seems to fucking love him for some reason. So is he going to make the final roster? Yeah, probably. But, hey, Malik the Lot Mustafa. Hey. And he was wearing the Ronnie Lott jersey too, bro. I loved when he was wearing the Ronnie Lott jersey. I was like, that's what's up. And he grew up a Niner fan too, bro. Like, Malik slowly might become, like, next to Bam Bam, might become my favorite player on defense. Like, Fred Warner is my favorite player on defense. Like, just bar none. It's George Kittle is my favorite player on offense, and Fred Warner is my favorite player on defense. Like, those are my 2 favorite Niners on the team right now. No questions asked. Like, Kittle Core has been my favorite Niner on the team. I don't even remember since when. But Bam Bam, like, I don't know. I've always been drawn to him ever since his rookie year. What you know about 48 Fred Warner? Like, let's be real. If somebody's a real Trent Warner fan, like, what was his number his rookie year? You know, kind of thing. Anyway, I remember I told Quan Alexander he was going to be the heart and soul of the defense, and he kind of was, at least for the 2019 season. So Malik the lot Mustafa, I like that though. Jacob Robinson, Saran Neal. Although Saran Neal came from where Eric Davis came, Jackson State. Upton Strout, our new rookie. He's probably going to be the closest starting nickel just right off the top. And then obviously we have one Mr. Diamador Lenore, who, barring his arrest, they actually list Demo as a DB. Barring his arrest, should be, or any type of disciplinary action from the NFL, should hopefully be ready to take over. And you know, I ain't got to tell anybody this, but just in case y'all didn't know, give me a second, please. I have to find it. I need a new laptop, y'all. Where is it? Bruh. What the fuck? Oh, it got deleted. Bro, that sucks. I gotta re-download it. Re-download. Oh, here we go. My bad. We all know.
Hyena can't be fucked with.
Why is my fucking thing so retarded today? My thing is so retarded today, y'all.
Can't be fucked with.
Oh my god.
I just know the hyena can't be fucked with.
Okay, let's go. Let's see if it works.
Can't be fucked with.
You know, a hyena can't be fucked with, nigga. Well, anyway. Moving on to the D line. Somebody who those who regularly watch the show know what's up. Me and Jason are huge Evan Anderson fans. I was actually surprised we drafted CJ West and Alfred Collins, just because I thought Evan Anderson was fine as that run stopping zero technique defense. I thought, like, especially was it the Buffalo game he started to really show himself, or week after? It was one of those games that was like, dude, Evan Anderson's gonna be a player, bruh. And Jason and I saw it. Like, we saw athleticism when you watch him hop out of the pool. I'm like, that's like a close to 300-pound man doing that. Like, that's a fucking athlete, bruh. So I'm so excited to see the jump and play that Evan Anderson makes year 1 to year 2. He said, I swore Mustafa read my comment before he wore that jersey. Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking for something. That sucks, bro. That sucks. No, I found what I was looking for. I thought it was under hyena can't be fucked with. So I found. But yeah, like I just love. I love my second or my rookie at the safety wearing a Ronnie Lott jersey, because like anybody who knows me knows Ronnie Lott's my favorite all-time Niner defensive player. It's not, well, it is kind of close with BY. Like, it's him and BY are like 1A and 1B, because just BY was like my defensive, that was like my Ronnie Lott growing up. Like BY was what Ronnie Lott was to the 80s faithful, to me, you know, growing up in the 90s. Like, BY was just that rock that on the Niners defense. You know, I love BY, but you got to give respect to the GOAT, number 42. And I don't know, like, I was really young when I found out he chopped the tip of his pinky off and didn't miss a single play. And that just to me like set the standard of what a Niner is. You know? Like what it means to play defense for the San Francisco 49ers and the type of mentality you have to play on this defense. David Corona. David, what's cracking, brother? Good to see you. How you doing, brother? Hope all is well. So yeah, anybody who knows, he's somebody I'm so fired up to see. Like, he obviously was solid in run defense, and if he could just add a little bit more of pass rush, I think that like Evan Anderson might be he might not be a focal point of the defense, but he might be like, I want that. I don't want a dominating front four. Why were we the best line in team history in 2019? Why were we the best defensive line? Because we had numbers. And that's what I want. I don't want 4 alphas. I want an alpha nigga and then 7 to 8 monsters that are just ready to get after the quarterback that aren't like tier, but like, oh shit. My uncle was an umpire for baseball. Secretly, a lot of people don't know my favorite play is actually baseball. That's actually my favorite sport to play is baseball. Although I never was able to play organized baseball because I didn't make the baseball team in high school. Both years I tried, I just wasn't good enough. But I loved playing baseball. Unfortunately, I just never got to play competitively. Next player is somebody who, let's be real, not making the Niners roster. Robert Beal Jr. is not making the Niners roster this year, right, y'all? I think it's kind of been I felt like last year was kind of put up or shut up for him, but it's definitely put up or shut up for him in training camp this year. He's not gonna make it out of the training camp roster. All I'm gonna say about one Mr. Nicholas John Bosa is these bitches love Bosa. I mean, Bosa. Nick Bosa's good at football, y'all. I don't know. I just get excited when I just see Nick Bosa because I'm like, man, that man's good at football, bruh. And I was so frustrated because I got on Nick Bosa's ass a lot last year. I did. I was on Nick Bosa's ass a lot last year. And that fucking Seahawks game at Levi's, like that was the first time I felt I saw Nick Bosa all year. Like he was being Nick Bosa, defensive player of the year, best player on our defense in Seahawks game. And then he fucking got hurt. And literally they started to come back the next play after he went off the field. And it just that's pretty much when the season started to fall apart right there. I mean, in hindsight, you could say it started to fall apart week fucking 2. But that's really when I started to be like, all right, bro. Alfred Collins, our new defensive lineman out of Texas. 332 pounds, y'all. 332 pounds. That's a big boy. We were big boys on the defensive line. I said it all throughout the draft. For those who watched our draft show, that's the goal, brother. I hope the 49ers can have a good season, go to make the playoffs, and go to the Super Bowl in the Niners' house. Yeah, me too. That kind of is like this year almost seems built for it, bro. This year almost seems built for it. You know, I know it might be rough a little bit in the beginning of the year, but my hope as a faithful who's trying to see us win the Super Bowl in Levi's is that this football team gets better as the year goes on and can make some noise, almost like last year. I don't think if we would have made the playoffs, I don't think anybody wanted to play the Niners in the playoffs last year. If we would have handled business and gotten the playoffs and made that late season push to get in the playoffs, we'd have been our best football. I don't think anybody wanted to fuck with us. So that's kind of what I'm hoping this year is by the time that the end of the season rolls around, the Niners are firing on all cylinders. And, it gets in the situation where, hey, we ain't got to leave Levi's until right before Christmas. So from Christmas on, we ain't got to leave fucking 4949 Centennial. Or I'm sorry, 4949 Marie P. Boulevard. Yeah. Yeah, I like the Niners' chances if that can happen. Kalia Davis, also somebody that might be on a little shut up kind of situation. Kind of need to see something out of Kalia Davis this year in camp. But a possibility to make the roster. Jordan Elliott, I liked Jordan Elliott last year when he was able to play. I actually thought Jordan Elliott was gave some fine contributions to the team. If the Niners make the Super Bowl, who do I want to play? Anybody but the Chiefs, I guess. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. How about this? You know what? I don't give a fuck who we play. We're a team of destiny, baby. It don't matter who we play. How about that? You know what? They got to play us. How about that? That's the kind of mentality I want. Don't matter who we do. Jonathan Gavin. Okay, we'll see what he's got. Kevin Givens, probably one of my most controversial opinions on Niner Faithful Radio was over Kevin Givens. I like me some Kevin Givens, y'all. I do. Is he a superstar? No. Is he going to have 15 plus sacks? No. But is he a good contributing player to this defensive line? Yes. I wish we had more Kevin Givens in the Bravo team or the Charlie team. I wish we had more Kevin Givens. Yurtros Gross Matos, another player who I was impressed with last year. So definitely somebody I could see making a roster. Bryce Huff. Could Bryce Huff be D Ford? If Bryce Huff can give us what D Ford gave us in 2019, because he's not a linebacker. We're going to ask him to do what he does best, which is just go as D Ford famously said, go yeah, my bad. No, it was me breaking up. My bad. Y'all got me? What are you talking about? Not all the bitches. I don't know. I'm in trouble. Huff needs to be better than D Ford. Man, if Huff could be better than D Ford, Crazy Juice, I'm excited for CJ West. I am too. I'm excited for our rookies this year, bruh. Like, I think we might not have like one superstar in this year's rookie class, but like I think we got a bunch of good players that are going to contribute for years to come on this football team, if that makes sense. Like, we might not have one George Kittle in this draft. We might not have one Nick Bosa in this draft, but we're going to have a lot of I'm trying to think of a player. Lincoln Tomlinson's, who showed up, did his job, and was a good player for us. I think we're gonna have a lot of Lincoln Tomlinsons in this year's draft. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Not all bitches love Bosa. No, all bitches should love Nick Bosa. I know you love No. You know what? We need y'all. We need help Miss Veronica. We need to help her come up with a new crush because she's devastated since Debo got traded. I mean, Debo was her husband. Y'all don't know. Okay, coolest story that I've had with Miss Veronica. Never mind. I can't tell that story on air. But let's just say that part of the story was fucking Dan Buds saying that when his wife was trying to get him to go, and he was like, "Hold on, I'm talking to my girlfriend." Debo sadness. I know, Miss Veronica. I know, baby. You're sad that Debo got traded. But yeah, so like Miss Veronica was walking around bragging that Dan Buds called her his girlfriend. You remember that, Miss Veronica, when Dan Buds told his wife, "I'm talking to my girlfriend," when we were at the Dwight Clark Legacy series, when we bumped into each other there. On some fluke shit. We were both there. Yeah, that was hella funny, bro. Like we were like, see, he signed. Oh, it's right there. See, Dan Buns signed it for me. It says Dan Buns the stop. And yeah, that's when we went over to go talk to him and get autographed. Miss Teresa got her jersey autographed, or Miss Teresa. Which, by the way, have y'all seen Miss Teresa? I haven't seen or heard from Miss Teresa in a while. I hope she's okay. I'm gonna reach out to her and make sure she's okay. But no, Miss Veronica got her jersey signed. And so I don't remember whose jersey it was. Whose jersey were you wearing? I don't remember. But she got her Dan Buns, and I got my Dwight Clark Legacy Series program signed. But his wife was trying to tell him to hurry up or something, and he was like, "Hold on, I'm talking to my girlfriend." And like Miss Veronica had the biggest smile on her face. She was walking around on cloud nine, like Dan Buns called me his girlfriend. It was hella funny, bro. Okay, so let's go back up here real quick. Yeah, Sammy O. Love me some Sammy O. And then let me see. Juice. Okay, I'm gonna go linebackers. We're almost there, y'all. We just got linebackers and secondary. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, my bad. Why did I not realize that? Yeah, it was Dwight Clark. Why did I not fucking remember that? I didn't get you confused with somebody. I accidentally said Miss Teresa because she was on my mind because I haven't seen her in the comments in a while. I'm actually hoping she's okay because the last person we didn't see in the comments for a while, Jason and I realized that she died shortly, like after we talked to her. And it was very sad because she was very nice. Anyway, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you confused with somebody else. Please don't be mad. You're my favorite. You know that. You're my favorite listener. So Tatum Bethune, I thought showed some me last year, like maybe could see a little something. He's somebody I'm interested to walk into to see if he can make that leap from year one to year two. I know the Niners were really excited about him. So we know, I mean, drafting and developing linebackers. Don't start. She was on my mind because I hadn't seen her in the comments. So, Tatum Bethune is someone I'm interested in to watch because we don't know. Really, we got 2 linebacker spots open. Who's going to be the linebacker opposite Fred? And who's going to be the linebacker that comes off the field? You know, that third linebacker. I'm really excited to see that competition for the Will linebacker and the Sam linebacker this year. Who's going to take Dre's spot? Stone Blanton I know that Chapman was pretty high on him. Undrafted free agent. We know how the Niners are with drafting undrafted free agents. So could he be the next good undrafted free agent linebacker? We shall see. He's somebody I'm going to keep my eye on. Number 50. Big shout out to Derek Smith. Luke Gifford, free agent we just signed this year. One of our only free agents we signed, the first wave of free agency. Mostly going to be a special teams player, but could possibly take into a starting role. I don't think so, but now this is the next three I'm going to name are players that I'm really, really intrigued on and would be my ones. One of them is going to be my favorite for the will linebacker spot opposite Bam Bam. Jalen Graham. I'm not. Yeah. You think so? I could definitely see that. Okay, so Jalen Graham, I was really disappointed in Jalen Graham last year. I actually had high hopes for Jalen Graham. And he was kind of a disappointment to the fact that he was cut from the team. So it's definitely put up or shut up for Jalen Graham. Nick Martin, I know Fred Warner loves him some Nick Martin. And that's impressive to me. Because if you are getting Fred Warner to notice you, that got me a football boner, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I got a total football boner when number 54 is calling him out and says that he has the best OTAs. That definitely got my ears to perk up. And from what we heard is the Niners think that he could be a Dre Greenlaw light. Maybe not quite what Dre was, but he's faster than Dre apparently. So I'm really excited to see this young linebacker core and watch Fred Warner mold them, because that's what got me so excited about the young linebackers, is they're probably like Bam Bam's going to be a better player than Navarro Bowman. I know, blasphemy to say that somebody is better than number 53. Gifford better than Graham? Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that, Papa J. I would take Gifford over Jalen Graham at this point right now. So yeah, Nick Martin, number 45. He'll change his number. Oh no, DFF had 45 forever, so he might not change his number. But this is one of the most heartbreaking, and I think one of the things that kind of fucked over the Niners a lot last year, especially when bitch-ass nigga who should not be named quit on us last year. When he got hurt, I was devastated because Jason and I were so fired up to see him play last year. Curtis Robinson. I loved me some Curtis Robinson last year. And he fucking tore his knee, and I was so mad. I was so hurt because I was so fired up to see Curtis Robinson, bruh. And unfortunately, I think they say it's the year after. It's basically 2 years after you tear your ACL that you come back to full strength. So he might not be at full strength this year. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, y'all, that Curtis Robinson can come back and make an impact, because on paper, all things created equal and everybody healthy, I think our linebacker core would be Bam Bam, obviously, at Mike, Curtis Robinson at Will, and D Winters or Nick Martin at Sam. Honestly, is what I think, all things created equal. But I think Papa J might be right. And it might end up being D Winters, who, by the way, we're going to get to, I believe, right now. We're not going to speak much on number 54. Y'all already know how I feel about Bam Bam. What hurt me so bad when Bam Bam fractured his ankle last year, and let's be real, Fred Warner wasn't right the rest of the year. he's just a soldier and he's this version of the Niners, Ronnie Lott, you know, and that's why I fucking love him. So he was a soldier and was out there because he's like, this is my defense. This is my football team. You're going to have to amputate my leg before I'm not out there because he's a fucking soldier and a gangster. But Fred Warner was going to be defensive MVP last year. If he doesn't fracture his ankle, Fred Warner is defensive player of the year. He was playing that type of football the first, 3-4 weeks of the year? I mean, that Minnesota game, if you ever ask me what film or what game to me screams Fred Warner is a future Hall of Famer, it's that fucking Minnesota game. Let's be real. Fred Warner almost single-handedly won the Niners that Minnesota game. He damn sure single-handedly kept us into that Minnesota game. That to me was probably Fred Warner's best game of his career. Might well be the first game I've seen a linebacker play since fucking Patrick Willis. And his 20 tackle game in against Arizona. Like Fred Warner, yeah, y'all. We don't need to talk about me and Fred Warner anymore because we'll be here all day. D Winners. Somebody that I had such high hopes on last year. I loved me some D Winners. I had high hopes for D last year, and he disappointed. So I'm looking for D to definitely have a backup, a bounce back year this year. And then lastly, we'll get to this secondary, and then yeah. Oh, there's a couple more corners for some reason. Oh. On injured reserve. We won't talk about him. Yeah, so let's get to these secondary players real quick. Obviously, Jair Brown. I know that we were talking about him earlier. Jair did not have a good year. We all know that. Jair definitely had that sophomore slump. Where when he showed such promise, y'all. I'm kind of disappointed in Jair. So will he be our starting one of our starting safeties? Yes, I almost think by default he'll be a starter. But could I see a scenario? Yes, he is. He's the Delta Force of the NFL. Could I see? Oh, fuck. I totally forgot. Can I see Jair is going to be a starter just almost by default, but could I see him getting pulled? Yes, I could. Richie Grant. Cool. Special teamers. Jalen Mahoney. I know Maloney. I know a lot of people were high on him last year. We'll see. Malik. Heal up, brother. I can't wait to see you. I'm definitely fired up for the career of Malik Mustafa. George Odom, definitely something that gun to my head, he'd probably be our other starting safety right now. Somebody who just on paper right now, we had to play a game this Sunday. He'd be a starting safety. I know Dave Lombardi is high on Jason Pennick, fifth-year player out of Pittsburgh. Marquise Slay, I know that a lot of people are looking at him. They list him. Yeah, okay, fair enough, Papa J. Fair enough. Okay, true. I am curious to see what Robert Saleh can do for him. That is true. It is hard to but that says something about Nick Swarrenson, doesn't it? Because wasn't that supposed to be his second specialty? Was the secondary? And I thought our secondary sucked last year. So, good point, Papa J. Good point. Marcus Slay, somebody who definitely, even though they have him listed as a safety, is somebody that I could see They're also trying out at nickel. So the defense is definitely something that's going to be interesting this year and something to watch. I'm definitely not necessarily obviously the result or the players or anything necessarily, but I'm getting a real what it must have felt like in 81 type of vibe. You know, when we basically drafted our starting secondary that year. Bill Walsh basically went out and said, I'm drafting my secondary. Kind of like the Niners that John Lynch did this year with the D line. So I'm curious of what this young defense, especially young secondary, can bring with the pillars of Nick Bosa and Fred Warner to kind of hold it down. I'm really excited to kind of see what it looks like. The defense is always ahead of the offense in camp, so I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like and to get in some open practices and stuff and see what we can start to expect out of this defense. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We went a while today. Big shout out, thanks to everybody who's watching on Instagram. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. We'll go ahead and do our training camp battles to watch next week. Jason still might be on hiatus for a few more weeks. He has some personal issues going on. He's okay, just kind of got fucked over in a situation. So we're definitely thinking about the big Oos. So hopefully we'll get him back soon and y'all don't gotta deal with me much. Thanks, Miss Veronica. Appreciate you as always. Thanks everybody for showing up. I love every one of y'all. Until next week, as always, faith, love, and nappiness. Go Niners. Can't wait. We're gonna have fun at training camp this year. Can't wait either. It's 2 weeks away, baby. 3 weeks until vets report, man. Can't wait. I'm so fucking excited. I'm ready for some football, baby. It's been way too fucking